No, your Jadin Sancho ni Raheem Sterling there no. Latest on Victor Osimhen, Ivan Toney, Arsenal and Mikel Merino, and now Barcelona are winning 2-1 over Rayo Vallecano as you see, 100% record.
Me surprised by Barca record. Barca results now. No, Mamintia CD any apukusu na Mamintia chip when I was and of course Officer Stephen Okran. Chelsea for this omu who see my Chelsea jersey da. Nti streaming no almost say almost person to Chelsea jersey ma na me almost my Chelsea jersey da. My Arsenal jersey, my that jersey almost my Chelsea jersey that they want me to wear Chelsea jersey. I've accepted it. It's led by Stephen. Me Chelsea jersey. Now almost they will feel
this weekend.
This weekend, Michelle Smith, my original one, and yes, I are going for the Mepena Mashabanti. Yesterday night, Barcelona game of Koboy El Vallecano was a good game, and unlike our first two games, no more Bono, where they dominated and won, and that game was a little bit difficult because they had to come back, get a equalizer, and then get a winner finally from Dani Olmo. But for me, again, Barca Bobo and my best players are the boys from the La Masia. And for almost a week now, I've been speaking about Marc Bernal and Casado, who have been instrumental. Because Barca and FIFA no Romeo Ko, Frankie de Jong, Epra, Christians, Nanoko makeshifts, DMM Monsu, Ebabe Pride, on Fitza, and these boys have stood up. But now the injury of a branch of Bernal is a very sad one. I don't know, say, Abia, I need to stop talking about Barca for me home, Barca young players at me home, because they be a me home, medium home, then they get injured. They started from Balde. Last 2 seasons or so, I saw Balde, Michel 1-2, now Balde Alcopra, and then Pedri Gavi again. I kept on saying that for me, Pablo Gavi is a box-to-box, excellent player. Start for every team in the world together with Pedri, and then Marc Bernal. But then again, Barca, 100% record going forward. It's a very, very important one. Dani Olmo announcing our club name a good one. See, Rich, minim seni ese me church ya same way na enkofoti asye. But my main friend Finisi. And then in the English Premier League, say Open Club onya the most match day revenue pa Manchester City. Manchester City, Manchester United, and Shedanye difference in Shedan Sosa. Then Tottenham Hotspur. As I saw we see the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, no match day revenue cost. There is Arsenal, Chelsea. Match day revenue, no. When we call the big match day revenue, so Chelsea, baby, Chelsea down the match day revenue. Chelsea is almost the fifth in the top 5. No, you see, some of form, the graph na send Pauli. See, some no form, and match day revenue, just 15% of the club day revenue at the end of the year. And unti make Kaba be remu in the Victor Osimhen conversation. Any Chelsea wage structure now. Adia Bakunti at Chelsea phone very keen on the wage structure now. And he said they do not have Champions League money. Match day revenue now and Kobe Ometu when you scare free on so no. Almost said any says can be almost certain about performances. So one thing has been clear for them. Whoever comes into their team, say we see Kawaje, in the wage structure, base salary need good. But the more a club AD year, all we need trophies, all but Champions League, all your big sponsorship deals. No, now also we see so it's very, very important to them. And it is in the conversation of Victor Osimhen. Everybody knows my final conclusion on Roberto Calanda, the agent of Victor Osimhen. But baby Adruno, throughout last night to today, Chelsea are not speaking to Napoli, Derby. Chelsea are only speaking to Roberto Calanda and a branch of Victor Osimhen to convince him to accept a wage within Chelsea's wage structure. Now, Chelsea phone a tintin 3 to almost somewhere because of where they are. And once Osimhen is a top player and you need to pay to get a top player, Chelsea and Nea Minoka say are willing, after sending Napoli for no accent price for Victor Osimhen to go in for even a permanent purchase for Victor Osimhen. But the boy essentially has to reduce his wage. And Unim, Calanda Moye excellent. They have not totally ruled out Saudi Arabia for no more to pause. And I'm seeing Chelsea for Indian Como. Chelsea are actively speaking to Victor Osimhen to cut down the wages. which say unya wage structure ne ba be shim. Na Osimhen AGM fancy a base wage of say 180, 200. Osimhen should not take less than £200,000 a week. So much 200,000 pounds a week to start that. He becomes one of Chelsea's highest earners. Because Raheem Sterling is free on him. Romelu Lukaku Echo. Kepa Arrizabalaga, if it's not on Chelsea's books, and there's no Benjamin Chilwell, these are the top earners at Chelsea. Then NSA Captain Rhys James, who is earning around 200,000. Then Kopama Money Enzo Fernandez Moya 175 one. Omusikani shot. So Osimhen even takes 200,000. He becomes one of Chelsea's highest earners. Or your quality center forward. Nobody disagrees with that. So Osimhen beside Ebeka Chelsea team anymore. It changes all the dynamics. Chelsea can play long, can play short, can go in between the lines, hold up, targets man, or what the killer instincts also in the box to get a job done. And I think that's where they are now. And then Wednesday, Chelsea are bent on convincing Osimhen say, Jiskanu base, you know. Yeah, the bonuses be Rebecca Wama. Bonuses of goals. Or certain number of goals, your salary will go up. You qualify for Champions League, your salary goes up. Inti wono, a pressure for you to perform. Na yesu yendi na unsunya usika gubo tum na fako. But when we are not certain of where we are going, anything, we can't take all the money to you and tell you say unkwaji kodi. So that's the hold up. If Osimhen nyaditum na otisuka krebia, Chelsea will get their man and he's going to play for them. Okay. And just the waiting game from now till Friday.
So Ivan Toney, the end of
you see, clubs are very smart. Very, very smart. So Oshe Chelsea for now, they have a list of strikers. Ivan Toney better to 2, 3. Oh baby.
Second option.
Second, third option thereabouts.
So in case they be a Victor Diana and
go through
they
will look at Ivan Toney.
Okay.
But I'm even 100% set to say Ivan Toney and second. John Duran is second in my opinion. But Abia
Aston
Villa, John Duran. But because of circumstance in T, say Oko on home first, no. Ne sanka o yeto Ian Matsiman and come here John Duran deal na Omare Kellyman. So Aston Villa willing to do the deal now. Okay, on mema ebu good na. All of these circumstances, John Duran is in there. But Mimi Uni said Edna, Chelsea intentionally wanted to strengthen their negotiation stance or transfer market with Napoli for because you can go to Dimarzio. Dimarzio came to tell us, oh, Saudi Arabia for no, at the big neighbor and Paris Saint-Germain will come in. Just when we finish, Ayala came and says, oh, I heard him the say Paris Saint-Germain for the just when we're done, we left the show. Then Fabrizio who came back and says, oh, you know what? As a Paris Saint-Germain for have not sent any bid again. Clubs are briefing their journalists. So every point in time, and I'm very confident, say Savarika at Sky, somebody that has been briefed by Chelsea. Say Fatum. Say you're making inquiry on Ivan Toney. Say Nebeya, Napoli for the who say, and you see men kwan a year bad honum. Oh man, no man see us in a calendar and reducing the maybe. We can talk to Ivan Toney. Okay. He is Premier League proven, and then we'll bring him to your club now. That is for me a brief. But going on, it's about how Osimhen. I think that they are dealing with so the wage, and we've said it several times. Chelsea need it. Almost near disruptive wage bill now to bring problem to them, and they won't do. Just a minute on Sancho Sterling. I don't think that day will happen.
That's what I want to try. If
some brief call for brief you call for
777 so who do with the Hanabe.
And but see,
Raheem Sterling.
You see, relax to boss. Abia Sterling more wingers are Manchester United. Which of them is better than Raheem Sterling? You see.
Raheem Sterling.
One and a better than him, and come on, Raheem Sterling. The winger better than Raheem Sterling.
Come on, Kofi Man, time.
No, your time. Winger better 30 seconds. Winger better without
Raheem Sterling.
Winger, I don't know wingers in Diana. Winger better.
Kofi.
Alejandro Garnacho. No.
Calm down. Over catch him say. Who Kofi out? Aye. Raheem Sterling, you had the check Garnacho.
Of course, I'd rather not catch him. How is Garnacho a better winger than Raheem Sterling, Michelle? Garnacho is the better winger.
I want the
more here an experienced winger. Oh, with him. Garnacho
is a story. Because you're bang.
Not say Garnacho can start him. I'm a Diallo class starting out. Rashford and Koyo best winger. No, 2 seasons in the Emfa. Oh no, Sterling and Kobo Euros. No, Rashford so Uncle Euros. Nibi. Oh, best winger that could have been in your team, Jadon Sancho. What you're not on Cheng at 8:24. Yeah, they at 8:29. You will find problems with it, but never speak about that of Jadon Sancho. The reality is that Sterling is a better fit. Oh, Mutimi.
Yes,
so you go
to was it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, fast sebi. And cast who play on saying on the 30s.
Oh, the Buffalo got 29.
I'm selling. But them fans were on the 30s. Right? We are talking about Jadon Sancho 22 years.
24.
24. Ah, 22, 24. I mean, saying that the M5 24 player, 24 age player. Imagine 29. Oh, running 30. I'm born
You see, me explaining. Say, Jadon Sancho a London boy. Jadon Sancho, London honor free. And say, Mami fancy. You see, some of the deals, no, it comes with a reason. Jadon Sancho a London boy. So be put two and two together. Why would Jadon Sancho want to go to Chelsea? It makes sense like that if we London. But another thing that holds up that deal, any possible even on the Chelsea side, they say on the left wing that he's going to play there's already Pedro Neto that's better. Then you compare him to Mihailo Modric. Or no, Jadon Sancho can't be better than him. But are Chelsea willing to let go of Mihailo Modric? And Abrante Feni Jadon Sancho, is he willing to reduce the wage bill? Manchester United pays these boys big money. Clubs in England, Obiano OTS catching Manchester United. Depending on Sanya money, Obian can't also Jadon Sancho.
I have brother. Munya suitors among players. Master Daddy, I come on media say, yes, and a mobile swap. I'm too. Okay, Miss Monday, Revy. Now, somebody get a Miss Mantama, you did name. Say, Jadon Sancho Babaji Playawi. One of the best are doing. Good morning.
Good morning.
Me too, and I could find out okay.
Yes, someone more enjoy show no. Isika no so mo di ama yen. Isika ne yebeche. Enti twabinedi star 281 as option 2 Insure FM. Na watch the number of tickets na wetimi edisika na ma ye 2000 e wo show no so star 281 as option 2 na watch the number of tickets enche bia na esa be chiska e wo show no so rich. Na mi busa me ho say e die na be ma Chelsea Chenchenia upper striker in the next few days and sana transfer window not close. I was asking myself, say Chelsea above Man City, LOC, which any news? After Man City, no, Chelsea about 2 games against Seville, against Wolves. So, Okasa 2 games in the Bomwa. Chelsea has 8 goals in 2 games. So, Chelsea team now you know. Still now, no Chelsea be here striker now. Number 2. After Chelsea winning against Wolves, no. Chelsea coach Enzo Maresca say, if we say Chelsea sign in, no. Obia ni club di ma waka chen say masa we target and say Fireball Champions League next season. Ya aka chen no and say we improve team no about friend Nicolas Jackson. And Obia ni say Chelsea to either Osimhen and answer Ivan Toney. Which Obama started as Chelsea number 9. Nicolas Jackson enya boni bi more to improve. Send here, Enzo Maresca that can say any target. Number 3, interesting, 2 players in Chelsea pro money Rich, I will bid from Saudi Arabia. Ivan Toney, I will bid from Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, for according to Jacobs, I say, Omama Ivan Toney 20 million euros a year as salary. Ivan Toney should pay a little over 20 million. Now, almost signed 3 years. 3 years will mean 60 million for 3 years. Victor Osimhen also did the office Saudi Arabia about Osimhen is even a bigger player than Abrante Fena Ivan Toney, so you can imagine. Now, Adiaba Kupanswa, Chelsea in negotiations with these strikers, I try to maintain a wage bill and not going overboard with a wage bill. So I am looking at how do Chelsea get this done? How do Chelsea skills have 4 points? You are making and get this deal done. So, Samia, look, I don't agree with the targets of Yema pressure be as about Champions League. Now, improve it in my. What does improvement mean? Omo Makache Enzo Maresca to just improve the team and the players. Do they really understand Chelsea as a club and maybe Omo Fiba? Last season Chelsea they say.
Sit.
So an improvement of fit will be okay, Anna. And even the same sit with an improved points. We'll get improved points. It's you may really sit. But now points are winning this season, will be an improvement on last season, but at the same sit, will that be an improvement in the eyes of Chelsea? Target number will it meet the expectations of the supporters? The answer is no. Now, across the Kotoko situation last season, rebuild us against supporters in the expectations of the club. Say Enzo Maresca, I say Obianca can say on Champions League next season. Are you okay without playing the Champions League next season? Well, I'm sure he will be sacked. Now say opposite or go beyond Satan and face reality. Rich, then you will need to also forget about improving Nicola Jackson and get a competition for the guy. A striker with Mama Chelsea goals. You have almost season every year. Now at least no man 25 goals. To battle it out with Eli Halamo, any Mohamed Salamo. So why to me and yes, then you are giving yourself undue pressure. Now, Rich, the details of Osimhen are seminal. Look, every journalist welcome Victor Osimhen situation from the camp. I am very, very emphatic. Say, Adiabako Osimhen don't want to touch the salary, and that is what Chelsea also want to touch. I understand the point is not Chelsea play with Napoli, Look, Makoto Lukaku. After few days, you want to get rid of Osimhen. Ultimate that club with him. So okay, club with him, he become a political player. And so after few days, getting Napoli to approve any bid, any difficult cry. Because I mentioned Ottawa are very redundant. But to have a conversation with Osimhen, which in the stance I mean to me salaries, especially when there's a Saudi Arabian deal, it's where Chelsea must get it right. And I am looking at why there is a negotiation, Does the person have what it takes to get it right? And Rich, the only good news for Chelsea on the Osimhen deal, and I say, may very, very sure say Osimhen prioritize playing for Chelsea and staying in Europe than going to Saudi Arabia. Because secondly, this is it, say, or Pesikanunko and doesn't care where he plays her. And can be a by this time and can Chelsea conversation. But me also have to you, my priority is to stay in Europe. And me a chance na mebo. It's only any woman couldn't come. But table, tell them I want to maintain my salary. That is a big one. Now, Rich, beyond Victor Osimhen, conversation na Chelsea in the have and my Chelsea no Osimhen in now on corner polo because of time now can you now only any option major brand any loan. That could also affect the conversation with Osimhen because Osimhen say he want to move permanently on pay any dealer. I want any option that can bring him back to Napoli. And the situation is very, very complex. Look, according to Barcelona, money at the money, almost Chelsea have Toney almost second option. So when you see me that, I don't know why I'm Toney. Look, Rich, me, the only thing that Ivan Toney and beating Nicola Jackson, and they say Ivan Toney want to stay in the box as a number 9
and score.
Yes, that is the only thing.
And I'm going now, so
because he wants to stay in the box, and Chelsea the ball say Nicolas want to move, but in terms of numbers, Toney is not so great than Nicola Jackson. But the characteristics of a striker, and I think that Ivan Toney will stay in the box. And Rich, so Victor Osimhen, Ivan Toney, they seem to be like the same profile of a striker. They want to stay in the box. And that thing will benefit Chelsea. So we Chelsea and say, around their striker, Omo Pedro Neto, Omo Mialo Modric, Omo player be say Cole Palmer, Omanya Nordi Madweke, Omo Abanti Fenijao Felix. Now, Rich, if you look around right for the striker, and when you say, when your striker or occupy center halves now of your opponent now, he gives you the space around the wing and the space for the number 10. And when Nicola Jackson, and so then your ideal, no, look, and now I can say, the reason why Pep doesn't mind if journalists talk about the touches are Ellen Haaland in your game, and say, you are looking at his involvement in the game. Pep is looking at him taming the opponent to the 4 and 5, no, for the other players to have space to play around him. So when Shepa, Omo can create because Omo a lot of space. That is the kind of striker. So see, Chelsea Ebenya, if they get either Ivan Toney or Abranti Efeno, Victor Osimhen, and that is the situation I'm catching on. These two players will deal in Saudi Arabia, and Obianim say about Saudi Arabia for now, when it comes to salary, they are top notch. But Chelsea will have to make sure say some players will sign you so ever fit into a salary structure. No? And for me, that is where the bone of contention is. And the last one, and say, if they agree a deal with Victor Osimhen and go back to Napoli and talk about loan, Victor Osimhen and Campano will change their mind on Abentiano. Now, Rich, Sankaya Ghana and Quebec, I have watching me and the same thing. Rich, Manchester team le ho no mo wingers na mo se uyi Jadon Sancho problem or with Eric Ten Hag free wa na o the Manchester interest analysis which must Jadon Sancho leave Manchester United.
How is that question?
So if she Manchester interest now when wingers are man you wa
on board but you win.
Come on,
Player the Borussia Dortmund a Champions League final.
This season, why I am the best winger, Ahmad. Nitipene Sancho.
Ono bono di dru animo kra hu do de.
Se Sancho nya asumdue so obebo team na. Se ne de bi okodot mo no nya na asumdue ne love na obona. Enti ede be nkuwa na ye situation na. Owe e fa Eric Ten Hag and try and make peace with the guy. Look, so who a great coach said Dian, which players never or a great. No matter who you are as a coach, and your players and the more you great. I saw your programs manager on radio station. Oh, presenters never. Say, oh, Charlie, mo F kama, and that programs manager what's the shift to the power. And your president and the more did you. People, and a massive money yes, any club you are parking so today I know be only got money. I'm not going to take a good coach in our eyes. So, ain't it me? Papa say give me that way. Amoa. Eye too petty. Let's look. So when you assume you say about
Onima omusa Jose Mourinho. Sai shu kiti why ya
English media. Rich. And money will say ability of Manchester. They are English people. Say Jim Wycliffe also English. And so to keep English players I show do about Kwenya we English boy ne sa. Na we know where to near man resource. Which it becomes easy for him, so Obesakwa Moako. Look, Chelsea power more Sancho Ninano. And you be gidigidio. What Chelsea position here and say they will only go in for Sancho if Manchester is interested in some fast sterling. No more Sancho Amoa. Amunka say, Amo Epe, Abanti Efeno, Jadon Sancho Derby. A good opportunity moment so he adds value to the team. But they are not just here already say, oh, could Chelsea can't have Jadon Sancho. Name or no Chelsea, no, or players in your person Raheem Sterling, they stop for Fauna, and your more Macano. Say Manchester United are interested in Raheem Sterling or any other player. That's only ready to bring in Jadon Sancho as part of the negotiation there. Which they are so ready, say. I'm taking advantage of Saudi. Then there is Juventus also. I'm also so epic in Central. Or Manchester United and come again. I think that the evaluation of Abrantiano do be pen on loan with an obligation to buy. But she cannot ever agree on say they are obligated to buy. And it says so many on loan now. Why they tell them the salary, you know? It's what is making the deal, no? Okay. Those are for me.
Yeah, but I give me kakra bina yemfa toso.
You see, no calling them. It's a good time to be a Barcelona fan.
See the Barcelona.
Beyond the pitch is chaos, but on the pitch, no, what you say? And Rich, put you Mutaya Football Club. Your results on the pitch, and then the face of the club. And show, and then Uko Spain Kronima. You look at Mundo, our front page, you know, and a magical almo. Now, say Uyobia, unti Spain Kronim. And I say Uyobia, we are so interested in backdoor stories in a club. You see this and you think so, Barcelona is a happy club. And that has so many problems. Rich, me and Maka say, and no results, you know, and mommy miss feeling. Many with the win, no, I was so, but my real